Mysticism and spirituality have long been associated with the little Japanese mountain hamlet of Koyasan in Wakayama Prefecture. It is arguably one of Japan's most sacred sites. The reason why is because Kobo Daishi, the founder of Shingon Buddhism, is believed by his followers to still be in deep meditation in Okunoin cemetery in Koyasan. Strictly speaking though, he had already passed in 835 AD. In September 2014, I made a trip there to learn as much as I could about the paranormal and spiritual aspects of Koyasan and Kobo Daishi. Koyasan offers a rare opportunity to stay in a Shukubo, a temple housing, with monks, and partake in their daily rituals, including the morning ceremony known as Goma. I arrived in the afternoon and wanted to take a walk at the Okunoin cemetery straight away. Okunoin cemetery is the biggest cemetery in Japan, with 200,000 souls laid to rest here along a 2 km cobblestone path apparently waiting for the end of the world. One legend is that at the end times, Kobo Daishi will rouse himself from his deep meditation and reanimate those who are interred in the cemetery. I just hope that they come out as humans, not as zombies. Another belief is that being buried here ensures that one would reach enlightenment in the afterlife. The traditional entrance to the cemetery is marked by the Ichinohashi Bridge, first bridge. Visitors should bow to pay respect to Kobo Daishi here before crossing it. Along the route, you can see tall cedar trees that have been standing for hundreds of years. Together with ferns and moss on the trees giving a surreal appearance, the cemetery is both beautiful and tranquil. The cemetery is the location of well-known politicians, artists, and historical personalities. For example, Oda Nobunaga, a formidable feudal lord who was instrumental in the unification of Japan in the late 16th century, was buried here. The next point of interest is Gakusho Offering Hall, where there is a row of statues known as Mizumuk Jizo, water-covered Jizo. You can pray for your departed family members by pouring water over these statues. Jizo is considered a bodhisattva and protector of children and travelers. Their statues are found across Japan, usually clothed in red bibs and hoods. According to Japanese mythology, children who pass away before their parents cannot cross the river to the afterlife. They continue to sit by the river, piling stones as a form of penance. When the demons come to destroy these stone towers, Jizo appears to save them by concealing the children in his garment. Then, in place of their parents, he acts as their guardian and takes care of them. The reason why the Jizo statues are wearing red is that this color is believed to fend off evil. Sometimes, around the Jizo statue, you can also find toys or towers made of stones or pebbles. This is often done by mourning parents to aid the departed children in their penance. Behind the Mizumuk Jizo, the Gobyobashi Bridge leads to the innermost temple. You should bow again before walking across this bridge. Beyond this point, food, drinks, and photographs are prohibited. To the left of the bridge, you can see a number of wooden markers buried in the stream. These are tributes to unborn infants. A few meters past the bridge on the left side of the route, you would see the Miroku stone kept in a small cage. You are supposed to use one hand to lift the stone from the lower platform to the upper platform. If it feels light and is done easily, it indicates that you are a good person. If it feels heavy, don't tell anyone. The primary worship space for Okunoin is Terodo Hall, Hall of Lamps, constructed in front of Kobo Daishi's mausoleum. There are more than 10,000 lanterns donated by devotees perpetually lit here. Kobo Daishi's mausoleum is located beyond Terodo Hall. For those who have seen my earlier videos, you know I like to collect energy from different places in the world. So, some of you may be asking, did I receive any energy here? The answer is yes, I did. Other questions on your mind right now are probably these: who is Kobo Daishi, why is he so special, and what is this Shingon Buddhism that he founded? You can easily find facts about Kobo Daishi if you do a search online, so I am going to focus here on the more paranormal aspects of him. Kobo Daishi, also known as Kukai, was a monk and scholar who lived during the 9th century. At the age of 22, he was introduced to Buddhist practice involving the chanting of the mantra of Kakuzo, Sanskrit, Akasagarbha, the bodhisattva of the void. He would isolate himself in a forest in Shikoku and chant the mantra religiously. After 7 years, he was said to have mastered the mantra, and gained a siddhi, a superhuman ability, of memory retention and learning ability. It was also during this period that he had a dream, where a man appeared and told him that what he was ultimately seeking could be found in the Mahavairakana Tantra. Unfortunately, though he managed to secure a copy of the scripture, he couldn't make sense of it. Determined, he took the opportunity to join a caravan traveling to China. After a series of events, he met a Buddhist master of Vajrayana Buddhism, Huigua. Within a short time, he was initiated into this secret teaching, and as if by cue, Huigua passed away shortly after completing his initiations. Before his death, Huigua asked Kukai to bring the teachings back to Japan. He did and founded Shingon Buddhism, an esoteric tantric sect. Under a proper teacher, and with the right transmissions, it is believed that one can achieve enlightenment in this very body through mastering the body, speech, and mind, known as three mysteries. In terms of practice, they use a series of initiations, meditations, rituals, mudras, mantras, and mandalas to achieve enlightenment over 10 stages of spiritual realizations. During his life, Kobo Daishi was said to have possessed a range of supernatural abilities and performed numerous miracles. For example, he could manipulate nature. By writing a unique prayer on a piece of paper and tossing it into the wind, he once stopped a storm. He was also an exceptional healer, curing diseases ranging from leprosy to blindness by performing rites and prayers. Kobo Daishi was rumored to be able to converse with animals. In one well-known tale, he used the recitation of a sutra to persuade a pack of wild boars to cease attacking nearby residents. Kobo Daishi was also said to have the capacity for astral projection, or the ability to send his spirit outside of his body to visit different places. He once allegedly used this ability to travel to China and India without ever leaving Japan. So now can you understand why people believe that he was not dead, merely meditating? From the time he was dead till today, his followers continue to send him a food offering to the mausoleum every day, whether rain, shine or even snow. After the hike through Okunoin, I was welcomed back in my lodging with a vegetarian meal, the best vegetarian meal in Japan I have tried. I got up early the following morning for the morning ritual, which comprised of the Goma ceremony, the lighting of a sacred fire, a core practice in Shingon Buddhism. In Goma, wooden sticks are burned in a special fire pit while mantras are chanted to release the fire's spiritual energy. The goal of the practice is to eliminate impediments and negative energy while also purifying the participants and the surrounding area. That day, I also checked out Kongabuji, the head temple of Shingon Buddhism, which has a beautiful rock garden. Each detailed carving and painting in the temple told a tale about the life and teachings of Kobo Daishi. There are two more interesting aspects of Koyasan that you may want to know if you are going there. Firstly, as with all cemeteries, there is talk of spirits of the departed wandering through the forests at night. Secondly, there is a set of stone steps leading up to Koyasan called the Choishimichi, or Pilgrim's Path, that is supposed to have been built by Kukai with the help of supernatural beings over a single night. Tell me in the comments if you plan to go to Koyasan, or had already been there and experienced anything supernatural.